Welcome to video 50 of Exposing the Beast System. Right now, I need you to forget everything that you have ever learned in this world and start fresh. Start fresh. Well, we've made it. We made it to video 50. This is going to be the final video I make in Exposing the Beast System. Maxwell's not going away, though. Maxwell's going to start a new series. I talked about it a little bit in the last video that I made. Prison Plane Exposed. And I'm going to go in and talk about how we're basically just slaves in jail. That's what we are. Okay, in the last video we were talking about the trans identifiers. The individuals on the silver screen in the movies that identify as the sex opposite of what they were born. I mentioned that 95% of the people that you see in movies and on TV are trans identifiers, which means that they were born one sex and they identify as the opposite sex. Now, what about the other 5%? Well, I didn't really go into the other 5%, and I'm going to go into the other 5% now. By my best guesstimation, probably 2% of those 5% are synthetics and robotoids. And when I say synthetics and robotoids, I mean actual robots with a latex mask on. I'm not talking about the human beings that wear latex masks, because they're everywhere. Those masks are everywhere. The common public has no ideas of the capabilities of a latex mask or a silicone mask or latex and silicone prosthetics that they wear to change their identity. But it's very real. It's very real. And then the other 2 or 3% is probably just the low-level Mason scum idiots that get their 15 minutes of fame. You know, they get promised 15 minutes of fame. And yeah, they're the ones that perpetuate the fake stories, the fake shootings, the fake bombings, the fake everything. Because everything you see on mainstream media is fake. It's fake. They remove our natural reality and they substitute their own. They substitute their own through their MK Ultra, mnemonic programming, hypnotism, and they get people to bite on these stories. You know, they know that the human being actually cares. The human being actually cares about things. But they know that you are going to take one side or the other. And they always give you some divisive subject so that one person will take one side and one person will take another side. A subject that came up to me recently was abortion. It was abortion. I had a particular point of view, and someone else had a particular point of view, and they were different. I don't believe that the human being has a right to take a human life at any level. And I believe that as soon as the egg is fertilized, that the spark of divinity has taken place. This is just my beliefs, folks. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not even asking you to agree with me. It's my beliefs. I believe that once the egg is fertilized, that the spark of divinity happens in that millisecond, and from then going forward, it's a human life. It's a human life. It's a soul trying to reclaim whatever we're here to reclaim. I don't know what we're here to reclaim. I know that some of my subscribers and some of my viewers, I understand, you know, I guess we've actually passed the test at this point. Or we're just being tortured further by knowing this stuff. You know, why do I know all of this stuff? Why do I know about all the trainings? Why do I know about 5G? Why do I know about chemtrails? Why do I know about all the deceptions? Why do I know we're in prison? Yes, and if you don't know, there's a fly. If you don't know, you are in a prison plane. This is a prison. You can only go so far. They will only let you go so far. You know, you are only free to do as they tell you to do. That's it. You're not free in this world. You're not free by no means at all. The problem is that most people get caught up in their lives and all the drama and all the nonsense that's perpetuated on them. And they don't really even get a chance to discover how, basically, what an inmate you are on this earth. Because you're an inmate here. You have a number, just like everybody in prison. You've all watched prison movies. You all see that little number that's on the front of the uniform. Well, that number is called your Social Security number. And they have it. And they use it. And that's how they identify you. You are nothing but a number. You are a corpseoration operating within the jurisdiction of the United States of America. Now, what do I mean by corpseoration? Okay. Well, you have to understand Roman Latin law or maritime law, because that's the law that we are really under. We are under Roman Latin law, maritime law. Basically, when your parents sign your birth certificate, they are signing away all of your rights to become a natural-born citizen human being of this world. You are considered lost at sea when they sign your birth certificate. And then after 7 years, you're actually considered dead. You're considered dead. But all that time, the government is actually taking out loans against your Social Security number. So you are a corpseoration. How do you know that you're a corpseoration? All you have to do is look at the next shipping label that comes to you. Something that you order that comes to you in the mail. You can look at the bill to section. And all of your letters in your name will be spelled in capital letters. Well, capital letters in law represents a corporation. Represents a corporation. And all of the lowercase letters represent what's considered a being or someone lost at sea if you're over the age of 7. Yes, it'll say bill to, and your name will be in all capital letters, and it will say ship to, and it will be written totally different. It'll be written with the first letter capitalized and then the rest lowercase. Look at it. Look at it. It's true. It's true. I mentioned before that like 95%, or I'm sorry, 4% of materials get recycled. 4% of materials get recycled. And of that 4% of materials that get recycled, most of that is automobiles, folks. It's automobiles. It's cars. You see them crushed. They have those crushed flat cars on a flatbed getting towed by a semi-truck down the highway. Yeah, that's what's getting recycled. All of those plastic bags and all of those plastic bottles, all of that, it's not getting recycled, folks. It's going into landfills and it's going to places that you don't even know about. That's how it works. That's how it works. We have this huge plastic floating islands all over the world. They have them. They're out there. They don't care about this earth. They're trying to destroy the earth and everything in it. The devil people have no conscience. They don't care. They could care less about you, your family. I was watching on a show last night about how the federal government had bailed out Fannie Mae FM 63 and Freddie Mac FM 63. Merely a representation of the 3 6s. Why are they both FM? Why is it Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae? Why is our government bailing out these corporations and leaving people to lose their homes? Leaving people to be foreclosed upon, have their homes taken away, and then they're basically living in the street. Well, because your government is here to destroy your life. Most people think your government cares about you. Your government doesn't give 2 shakes about you. They do not care whether you live or die. After you're 7 years old, I don't think they can take any more loans out on you. So after that, they just want to kill you. And that's the agenda. Your government is trying to kill you. And they're going to hold you hostage until they get that opportunity. And they do it every day through all of the chemicals that they push on us, through the stuff that we use in our lives. The cleaners, they're really bad. Fuel, we know that stuff's not supposed to be here. It's not supposed to be here. We don't need that stuff, but it's still here. It's still here. And the biggest one is the plastics. The plastics is the biggest one. They pushed the plastics on us. Everything comes in plastic now. Everything. Plastics is a killer of man. Most people don't understand it. The base component in every type of plastic is formaldehyde. It's formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is an inhalant too. You inhale the fumes off of the formaldehyde. You get micro doses. Every time you pour something out of a plastic jug into the glass that you're drinking out of, which might be plastic too, you're getting micro doses of formaldehyde. And for those of you that don't know, formaldehyde is what they put in you after you're dead. It's embalming fluid. It's embalming fluid. So this video is going to be a relatively short video. I'm getting ready to do video 1 of exposing prison plane. So I hope you all have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon. Forget everything that you have ever learned in this world and start fresh. Start fresh.